Here we're multiplying decimals by 10, 100, or 1,000, and we practiced this last week, and so we know that when we multiply by 10, we move that decimal place once to the right or add the zero. So 100, we move it 2 places to the right or add the zero. 1,000, we move it 3 places to the right or add the zero. So my first one, I have 23 and 5/10 times 100. So I need to move it 2 spaces to the right. So I move it 1 space, and then I have to move a second space. And since there's a blank spot there, I fill in the 0. So my answer becomes 2,350. Number 2, I have 1 and 15/100 times 100. So that's 2 places to the right. So I move it 1, 2 places to the right. So now my number becomes 115. Number 3, 4 and 97/100 times 10. I move it 1 place to the right. So 1 place to the right puts that decimal point in between that 9 and the 7. So I have 49 and 7/10. Number 4, I'm multiplying 69 and 8/10 times 100. So 2 places to the right. So I move it 1, 2 places to the right. And I have to fill in that blank spot with a 0. So 6,980. Number 5, I have 12/100 times 1,000. That moves the decimal 3 places to the right. So I move it 1, 2, 3 places, and I fill in that 0. So my answer is 120. Number 6, 28/100 times 100. I move it 2 places to the right, and so my answer is 28. Number 7, 24 and 4/10 times 10. Moves it 1 place to the right, which makes my answer 244. Number 8, 5 and 8/100 times 100. So I move it 2 places to the right. 1, 2 places. So my answer is 508. Number 9, 31 and 5/10 times 10. I move it 1 place to the right. So then my answer is 315. Number 10, 92 and 5/10 times 1,000. That's 3 places to the right. So I move it 1, 2, 3 places. And this time I've got 2 empty spaces that I need to fill in the zeros. So my answer is 92,500. Number 11, 7 and 81/100 times 100 is 2 places to the right. So my answer is 781. Number 12, 8 and 78/100 times 10 moves it 1 place to the right. So between the 7 and the 8. So my answer is 87 and 8/10. Number 13, 1 and 32/100 times 1,000. That's 3 places to the right. So 1, 2, 3 places and fill in that 0. So I get 1,320. Number 4, this is 62 times 10. That's not even one of our decimal ones, so we know that's 620. 15, 6 and 77/100 times 1,000. 1,000 is 3 places to the right. So I go 1, 2, 3 places, fill in that 0. So we get 6,770. Number 16, 97 and 6/10 times 100. That's 2 places, so 1, 2, fill in that 0. 9,760. And notice I'm still writing those numbers that are in front of the decimal point. Those don't go away. They're still part of the number. They just moved up that place value amount too. 2 and 11/100 times 100 is 2 places to the right. So my decimal point ends up behind the 1, so 211. And the last one, 6 and 39 hundredths times 1,000 is 3 decimal places. So we go 1, 2, 3 decimal places, fill in the 0. We get 6,390.